Now we are discussing the topic Hamming code. Hamming code is a mechanism of error correction. That means whenever the sender is sending the data to the destination or the receiver, then sometimes in between the data become corrupted or data become changed. Now that corrupted bits are detected by the error detection mechanism. And after that, those bits are detected, then error correction mechanisms are used to correct those bits so that data can be reformed into the original data. So there we are learning the error correction mechanism, and the mechanism here we are learning is Hamming code. So Hamming code is used for correcting the corrupted bits. Now first of all we are learning the positions of redundancy bits into the Hamming code. So talking about the redundancy bits, well, whenever we are sending the data, with that data we are going to send some redundancy bit so that at the receiver side, whenever the data is received, with that redundancy bits, we are going to check whether the data is correct or not. So these are the redundancy bits which are sent with the data for the verification. Now in the Hamming code, if we are having the data, then where these redundancy bits are placed. So first of all, we are understanding that what is the data here. So all the D which are present 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So there this one is the data. So these are the data bits which are present. Now whenever we are sending this particular data, then with that some of the redundancy bits means for the checking purpose the bits are added, and these bits are called the redundancy bits. So here this portion is the data, this one is the data, and also this one is the data. Actually it was the complete data, and in between we have placed some redundancy bits. Now we are understanding that how these bits are placed. In the Hamming code, the bits are placed with the 2 raised to the power 0. So 2 raised to the power 0, we know that that is 1. So at the place of 1, we have placed a bit R1. R means redundancy bit, and it is placed at the 1, that's why the name given is R1. Then 2 raised to the power 1, which is 2. So at the second number we have placed redundancy bit which is R2. R2 is taken from second number. Now afterward we are having 2 raised to the power 2, which is 4. So at the fourth position we have placed redundancy bit, that's why it is the name as R4. Then afterward we have placed 2 to the power 3, which is 8. Now talking about 8th position, we have placed redundancy bit, so this is R8. So these are the 4 bits of redundancy bit are placed. Now that is keep on going. If we are having very huge amount of data, then that will be going, but here the data sample size which we have taken is small, that's why only 4 bits are taken. So redundancy bits are taken at first, second, fourth and eighth. So these are the redundancy bits which are for the checking purpose. Now they are going to check the data, that which data is got corrupted, so that they can verify it and further make it to the proper form. So here first of all we should understand step number 1 is that with the data some redundancy bits are placed at the position which is 2 raised to the power the number, and these bits are going to go with the data so that data will be checked and corrected. Now we are learning that how the redundancy bits are calculated. So now we are learning the redundancy bit calculation, means how these bits are calculated. We already know that at the first place we are having the R1. Now this R1 will take care about whom? So if we see that R1 means 1, so here at the gap of 1 it is going to take care. That means talking about the first bit here, now we are leaving the gap here by 1. Again if we talk about the third bit, it will take care about third bit. Then leave the fourth one, it will take care about the fifth bit as well. Then leave the sixth one, it will take care about 7. Leave the 9, it will take care about the 9. Then leave the 10, it will take care about the 11. So this way R1 is going to take care about the 11, 9, 7, 5, 3, and this is already by itself. So these bits are taken care with the help of R1. So we can understand like this, R1 means 1. So 1 is going to take the gap. After 1 of the gap, it is going to take care about these bits. So this is all about the R1. So here we can see that R1 is going to take care about the bits which are taken here. Now we are learning about the second redundancy bit, which is R2. Now we are talking about the R2. So here we can see that R2, that means two consecutive bits together, then two break, then two together. So you can see that second and third, these are together. Now leave the space of 2. Now 6 and 7, again leave the space of 2. Then again 10 and 11. Similarly keep on going. So there R2 redundancy bit will take care about the 11, 10, 7, 6, 3, 2. So here the R2, you should understand with the 2. Starting with R2, 2, then break of 2, then again 2, then again break of 2, then 2. So this pattern will keep on going until the data is not complete. So here R2 is going to take care about this particular bits. Now we are learning that the next redundancy bit, which is R4, is going to take care about which data. So now we are having the R4. So there R4 means you should understand 4. As we know that from this redundancy bit, take out the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 we have taken, that means 4, 5, 6, 7. That is going to take care. Then leave out the next 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these 4 are again not taken. Now maybe if the data is available afterward, then again 4 will be taken, then afterward again 4 will not be taken. So here R4 is going to take care about which particular bits. So 7, 6, 5 and 4. So R4 is going to take care about these 4 bits. Now we are learning that what is the next redundancy bit, which is R8, going to take care about. So now we are having next redundancy bit, which is the R8. And we know that again if the R8 is there, it will take the consecutive 8 numbers together. So starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, it will go till 8, but our data is complete here. That's why it is not going further. Otherwise, we will take care about 8 bits, then leave 8, then take 8, then leave 8. So this way it will go. So here in this data availability, how much it is going to take? It is going to take about 11, 10, 9 and 8. So that is all R8 is going to take care about. So here you can see that R1, R2, R4 and R8, these are the redundancy bits and they are having their own purpose and roles. Based on that, they care about their own data. Just like you assume that there is a class of 60 people. In the class of 60 people, I have placed a coordinator at every 2 raised to the power number. 2 to the power 0, 2 to the power 1. Now these coordinators are going to take care about their own people. So similarly, these are like the coordinators or the redundancy bits which are having their own purpose. They are going to check their own data. So R1 will take the data of 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Similarly, R2 is going to take care about 2, 3, 6, 7, 10 and 11. If I talk about R4, it is going to take care about 4, 5, 6 and 7. Similarly, R8 is going to take care about the 8, 9, 10, 11 and further. So this is how the redundancy bits are calculated. Now I am taking an example, a real life example by which we are going to calculate the redundancy bits. This is the example that we are taking, and with the help of that we will understand that how the Hamming code is working and how it is going to calculate a code, and afterward if a bit is corrupted, then how it is going to detect it. Now let us suppose that first of all we are having the data which is available. Now this one is the data which is available, and first of all before entering this data we are going to enter the Hamming code. We know that some bits are already reserved. That means 2 raised to the power 0, which is 1, is reserved. Then afterward 2 raised to the power 1, which is 2, is reserved. 2 raised to the power 2 is reserved. 2 raised to the power 3 is reserved. So this way 2 to the power 4, 5, 6. So these bits are already reserved. So here we cannot put the data. At the other places we are going to put our data. Let's say we are having the data like this. We are having 1 0 0, so it is placed here 1 0 0, then afterward 1 1, so 1 1 here, then 0 1, so 0 1. So data is placed but excluding the spaces for the redundancy bits. So the to this power 0 numbers are just taken for the redundancy bits. So that is the concept of Hamming code. Now we are going to find out that how these bits are calculated step by step. Now first of all we are adding the R1, means we are calculating the R1. We know that R1 is nothing but at the first place we are going to add the redundancy bit. Now how it is calculated? I have already told you that these are the numbers after 1 spaces. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 and 11. Based on these numbers we are going to calculate that. So you can see that here how many ones are present. So 1, then afterward it is 0, it will not be taken, then 2, then afterward 0 will not be taken, then 3. So 3 number of ones are present. So how many numbers of ones I should add so that that become a even parity? So these are the 3 numbers, that means 1, 2 and 3. That's why I'm adding one more 1. This is the R1. So here in the R1 I have added 1 and here it will become the even parity. So already 3 ones was present, I have added one more 1 in the R1. We know that this block is reserved for the redundancy bit. So first redundancy bit we have calculated here, and which is the 1 based upon other values where it is taking care. Now we are going to take out the next redundancy bit, which is the R2, and we are going to calculate that. Now we are calculating the another redundancy bit R2 and we will add here. So that's why we are saying adding R2. Redundancy bit R2 is placed at second position. And we know that if I take R2, it will take care about 2, 3, then taking the gap of 2, then 6, 7, again give the gap of 2, then 10 and 11. So if I talk about which bits are present, then 1, 0 is present, then 1, 1 is present, then 1 is present. Now to calculate this R2 redundancy bit, we need to find number of ones. So 1, 2 and 3, afterward 4. So 4 number of ones are present. To make the even parity, ones should be even. So here already number of ones are 4, they are even, so that's why I will add the 0 here. So here you can see that total number of ones are even. So successfully I have calculated the R2. So here another redundancy bit R2 is calculated. So we can see that with the help of the numbers where the R2 is checking, we can calculate the R2. Now we are going to find out the R4. We have already calculated the R1 here. Then we have calculated the R2 afterward. And now we are calculating the R4. So this bit we are going to calculate R4. And R4 will be calculated with the bits where it is going to take care, and we will add R4 afterward. So here we are adding the R4. So this one is the R4 where we are going to take care, and this R4 will take care about the 4 consecutive bits including itself. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Then afterward we will discard the next 4 and take the next 4. But in the data we are having the short data. That's why only 4 bits are here and it is going to take care. Now talking about these 4, what are the number of data available? So here 1, 1, 0 is available. Now we have to find out how many ones are present. So 1 and 2. 2 is the even number and we want the even parity. So talking about the even parity, here we are adding the 0. So in the R4 we have added the 0 so that the number of 1 will be even. Now it is the time to calculate the R8. So here we are going to calculate the R8, which is at the 8th position. So R8 we are going to find out. Now afterward finding R8, we will add this R8. We know that R8 is at this position and it is going to take care about the consecutive 8 sequences. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and these are not available. That's why we are not going to take it, because the data size is short here. Otherwise the 8 consecutive sequences will be taken and 8 will be left. So here at this data we are having this particular 8, 9, 10, 11. So now we are going to find out that how many data is available. So 1, 0, 0, that is available. Find out how many ones are there. Only single one is present, which is an odd number, but we are working for the even parity. So here we are adding one more 1 in the parity bit R8. So R8 is calculated, which is 1. So here you can see that this R8 is added 1 so that it becomes the even parity. Now this was the data earlier. After adding whole bits, now we are having the modified data. So this is the data, or we can say the code which is available. Now this code will be sent to the receiver. So this was the original data and this is the code. So this code is converted from data. So data is converted to the code with the help of the Hamming code. Now this code will be sent. Now if in this code, if there is some of the error produced, then how it is going to correct, that we will learn. But first of all, see that how this code is generated. You can see that we are going to start here, which is 1 0 0 1. So it is taken 1 0 0 1. Then afterward 1 1 0 0. So it is 1 1 0 0. Then 1 0 1. So 1 0 1. So this is the code which is sent. Now if an error occur, then how it is going to take care? So first of all, I am going to write a code separately, so that if error come, then we are going to understand this. So here we have taken the data and the code separately. So here was the data which was earlier given, and this was the code which was generated after the Hamming code. Now we are going to see that how the error is detected and corrected with the Hamming code. So now with this diagram we will learn that how the Hamming code is going to detect where the data is corrupted. We know that earlier we was having the data which was given to the Hamming code, and with this data we have converted to the code. Now this was the code which we have generated, and that was the code. Now in this code, if some error comes, because this code we have sent from sender to the receiver, now at the receiver side, if the code is received and there is some error, let us suppose that we are having some error here, assuming that it is already 1 0 0, then afterward 1, then this bit got changed. In the transmission, this bit got from 1 to 0, then other bits are having same 1 0 0 1 0 1. So if this is the bit which is received, then how Hamming code is going to detect that which bit got corrupted? We know that in the Hamming code there are few spies. Spies means there are the redundancy bits which are going to take care about specific bits here. So now how it is working, we are going to take it. Let us suppose that the data which we have received at the receiver side is this one, and we are going to take this data which is 1 0 0 1. So here we are going to take it 1 0 0 1, then 0 1 0 0, it is 0 1 0 0, then 1 0 1. So this data we have taken to the receiver side. Now after writing this data, I am first of all taking the numbers so that we can understand easily. 1 2 3 4 5 6, then 7 8 9 10 and 11. So that is the sequence. Now we know that first of all we are having the redundancy bit R1, which is going to take the data at the gap of 1. So here it will start with the 1. So here 1, then 3, then 5, then 7, 9 and 11. So it is going to take care about this data. Now it is going to find out that is it having the even parity. So it is going to check it how many ones are there. So here 1, then afterwards 0 0 0, then 2 and 3. Now number of ones are 3 here, but you assume that while sending it was even. So here now it is the odd. So here it is going to add one more 1 here. So the redundancy bit R1, it is going to add one more 1 here because that is not the E1. Similarly, on the same data we are having the R2, and we know that R2 is going to take care about the consecutive 2, skip 2 and consecutive 2 afterward. So it is going to take care about 2 3, then leave the next 2, then 6 7, leave the next 2, then 10 11. Now out of that R2 will find out that is it of even parity. How many ones are there? 1 2 3. We send the even parity, but here is the odd parity. So again R2 is going to add one more 1 here. So one more 1 is added. Afterward we are having another redundancy bit, which is the R3, and we know that R3 is going to take care about the 4 consecutive bits. So starting from 4 4 5 6 7 and leaving the 4, and afterward data is not available. So R3 will find out about this. Now R3 will check number of ones. So here only 1 is present. While sending it was even parity, now it is the odd parity. So here 1 will be added. So here in the R3 one more 1 will be added here. So now talking about the next redundancy bit, which is the R4, and we know that R4 is going to take care about the 8 consecutive bits. Now it will start from 8 here, 1 2 3 4, but 5 6 7 8 that is not available. So it will take care about these bits only. And now from here it is going to find number of ones. So 1 and 2, 2 ones are there, that means even. If it is already even, R4 is not going to add something, it is going to add only 0. So now after this redundancy bits R1, R2, R3 and R4, we have find a code. Now this code is generated. So this one is the code, which is 0111, and if we calculated the exact decimal value of this code, then we find that this is nothing but the 7. So that means we have found the position of bit where the error is there. So on the 7th bit the error is there. Now here you can see that what is the 7th position. So 7th position is this one. So that means this one 7 is corrupted, means this 0 is a problematic thing. So now in this particular sequence we find out that this 0 is a problem. Now this 0 is corrected properly, and after Hamming code is going to correct it, and yes, other will be same 1001, and this will be same 100101, and Hamming code will correct it to 1. So this way we have received the same code which was sent. So this is the same code, now we have corrected it. So this is how the Hamming code is going to detect the exact location where the error occur, then that error will be corrected. So this is how the Hamming code works for the error detection and the correction.